commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.
Big salute to all of my veterans out here. Big shout out to all of my subscribers, man. Like I tell you guys, I can't go one video without showing my appreciation. So man, real quick video for you guys out here. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people, hey Manny, man, I want to start my trucking company. Hey Manny, I want to start my brokerage. I want to start my dispatching company. The only thing I'm gonna say, man, is basically you just gotta execute. You know, I mean, a dream and a thought is only, it's just that. It's just a dream, it's just a thought, it's just an idea until you actually execute too, right? So that's why I tell you guys in all my videos, 3 things, you see it on the wall, you see it on my shirt. You gotta commit, you gotta execute, and once you execute, you gotta become obsessed about what you're doing too, right? Especially at that time, especially if that's a mission, a goal in your mind, a thought, an idea, you have to execute on it. You can't let it just linger in your mind. So anyway, let me tell you guys, today I'm going to wear basically the freight broker hat. So in my videos, some days I'm talking trucking, some days I'm talking dispatching, some days I'm talking brokering. I only could talk about my experience of what I have done and what I do now too, right? So today we're going to basically talk about freight brokering. So basically how I look at this business, it's really all about how much money can you keep in your pocket too. So when I first started out, I started out with a trucking company, and I used to hear, man, I can make 5,000 this week. I can make 10,000 in a week. And we just hear them numbers in trucking. But as you guys know, operating a trucking company comes with a whole bunch of overhead too, right? So the good thing about being a freight broker is that freight brokers are gonna always, to me, win, because the overhead to operate a freight brokerage is very minimal too, right? And of course, you gotta come in and attack being a freight broker. You gotta come in and really want it. You gotta come in and really wanna get out here so you guys can start making money too, right? There's a lot of people, man, hey Manny, I wanna become a freight broker, and then they end up going through my training course and they never execute. They committed by going through the course, but they never executed. It started to go out to find shippers and acquire these manufacturers out here. And there's a lot of them that's not going to become obsessed about it. And the reason why I say that is because I got this question. Hey Manny, is the freight broker industry oversaturated right now? Is there too many freight brokers? See, they're asking me that question because they know people are watching my videos and also watching other YouTubers out here talking about being a freight broker. But there's only going to be a small percent of people. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to commit, but there's only going to be a small amount of people that's going to really, truly execute and become obsessed about it too, right? So not to get off topic right now, but freight brokering is always going to be, to me, more profitable than owning a trucking company. Yeah, I get it. You could go out and start a trucking company and gross a lot of money, but how much money are you really going to see after those expenses too, right? I'll tell you, I can't spend no more than about, I probably don't spend no more than about 5% on overhead on basically my freight brokerage revenue, because the overhead is very cheap You only need to pay for access to the load board so that you could upload the loads. You only need to pay for access to a TMS, to a transportation management system. So you guys could generate rate confirmations, BOLs, track your loads, right? Very minimal. I'll tell you like this, operating a trucking company, in these days, you're gonna spend about 30% of your gross revenue just on fuel. And I'm gonna stop there. I don't have to talk about commercial insurance, truck note, trailer note, unexpected maintenance. We're just talking about one thing. We're talking about fuel right now. Fuel is gonna eat up 30% of your revenue, of your gross revenue during the week. You make 10,000 this week, more than likely you're spending 3,000 in fuel too this week. So that's why I always tell you guys, even if you're operating a trucking company, you got to go out and you got to do other things too, man. You just can't do one thing in this business. You have to figure out other ways to make money. So why not go out and go start up a cheap business? This has to be one of the cheapest businesses to start. I'm telling y'all, $2,000. That's what it took me to start my freight brokerage. $300 for the application through the FMCSA to get your authority, and my surety bond was $1,600. So $30 for a BOC3. I'm under $2,000, and I have a legit business, which is a well-needed service in this industry, but it's only for the hustlers too. You got to be able to hustle this. You got to be able to talk and articulate yourself. You got to be able to sell yourself in this business too. So for you guys out here, man, I'm telling you, if you have a trucking company, go ahead and start your freight brokerage. If you don't have a trucking company, if you don't want anything to do with the trucking company, you could go start your freight brokerage. It requires no CDL. It requires no prior trucking experience. Anyone out here could go out and start a freight brokerage too. And I'm telling you, you're going to see way more money operating that freight brokerage than you're going to see operating that trucking company. Because majority of the money that's coming in your freight brokerage is all your money, minus that small percentage for your monthly overhead. Everything else is going to go in your pocket and go towards, at the end of the year, paying them taxes. But hopefully you guys do it the right way so you don't have to pay that much in taxes. And you're going to see a lot of money. That's why you don't hear any freight brokers complaining. Why is it in this world right now, especially in the trucking industry, who do you hear complaining? Really, you only hear the trucking companies complaining because it's too much money to keep that truck going, you know? But that's fine if you guys also have a freight brokerage too and a trucking company. But just like I tell you guys, just don't do one thing, man. Go out and start that freight brokerage. Go out and start that dispatching company too. So for anyone out here, man, if you guys want to start a freight brokerage, if you just really don't know how to start a freight brokerage, send me a text message. I will be hosting and teaching you guys how to start a freight brokerage, how to become freight brokers this weekend. November 25th through the 27th, Friday through Sunday, live webinar training. So if you guys want to become freight brokers, hit me on my text message, 317-953-8943. Go visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement.com. Go get you 30-day free trial with DAT load board. Go sign up with TAFS, Trans Am Financial Services, if you guys are looking for a factoring service. Everything in the description link below. It's time to go.
Commit, execute, and be obsessed.
CEO.
Everybody be great out there.
Commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everybody be great out there.